Aloha, my name is Eric West with hawaiirealestate.org. If you're new to my channel, it's all about teaching you everything you need to know about Hawaii and its real estate, but you just can't find it in the listing. I've dedicated myself to teaching you everything you really need to know before you come here, whether it's on vacation or to purchase real estate. So one of the most common questions that I get asked as a real estate agent in Hawaii is, what's daily life really like in Hawaii? And you know, I'd like to just talk about that a little bit because, you know, most people just come here for say a week or two and come on vacation, and they kind of figure that everybody that lives here must just sort of like be on vacation, right? And certainly that would be true for those folks that live here that are retired or independently wealthy, and they've you know, purchased their dream home or condo, and now they're just relaxing day in and day out in paradise. And so that's actually true for a lot of people. It is definitely a retirement destination, and I'm going to say one of the best in the world, especially considering the fact that it's on U.S. soil. But there are, of course, those people that live here that are still working, that are not retired, that basically are supporting the local economy with their labor and or working a job, you know, maybe even back on the mainland through their computers, telecommuting to work. But in this video, I just want to talk about the similarities and some of the dissimilarities between life here in Hawaii day to day versus the mainland. And I can speak to that because I've lived both. And the similarities are going to be, hey, if you need to make a living, you're still going to go to work every day for 8 to 12 hours. That's not going to change just because you're in Hawaii. The good news is that if you don't live on Oahu, you shouldn't have to experience really bad traffic. So most of the neighboring islands might have some traffic, but nothing like what you experience in like LA, New York, Chicago. I mean, it's relatively fast-moving traffic. But if you can commute from home, then obviously you don't have to worry about that. The biggest advantage to me for living in Hawaii, for me personally, is the ocean and the weather. So you literally have sort of like a never-ending endless summer happening in Hawaii. So every single day is pretty much what you see right here right now, which is the sun is out, the sky is blue, and especially if you live on the leeward side of an island. Now if you live on the windward side, which is where the weather is coming from, the clouds, the wind from the ocean, then that can be more of a, you know, a wet and wild, you know, daily weather event, just because that's the nature of living on the windward side. But if you're on the leeward side, which is where most of the, you know, the touristy spots are, then you can basically expect to have year-round 78 to 82 degree weather and partly cloudy and not a whole lot of weather events. So what that enables a person to do, if you're an outdoor person, is that you now have the ability to go outside and do stuff, whether it's running, hiking, surfing, just hanging outside, you know, not having to put on 5 layers of clothes to survive outside. You've got your slippers, you've got your board shorts or your shorts, and there you go. You can now go and enjoy the outdoors year-round. And that to me is probably the #1 benefit for living in Hawaii. And then the second part of that, I would say, is the ocean. So you now have this playground called the Pacific Blue Ocean. And when I first moved here, someone told me, hey Eric, you know, if you're going to make it long-term in Hawaii, you should really make the ocean a part of your daily life. And I didn't quite understand that. I just thought, well, you know, of course, you know, you live here, you're going to go snorkel or surf or whatever. But just like anything, it's real easy to forget about this amazing place that we have to enjoy every single day. And so I would say that the ocean, whether it's scuba diving, surfing, paddleboarding, kiting, kayaking, paddling, you know, whatever it is, find something that you're passionate about that involves the ocean, and you'll really take advantage of what Hawaii has to offer. And that to me is the biggest difference living here versus somewhere that's landlocked, certainly on the mainland. But the ocean here also is a year-round pleasurable temperature, right? So it's always going to be like almost like bath water, and that doesn't happen in most coastal places in the United States. You don't really have warm ocean water to enjoy year-round. So those are some of the differences. I hope that helps. I'd love to hear your comments, questions, anything you'd like to put in the comment section. And certainly if this video has been helpful in any way, please hit the like button, share and subscribe, and I look forward to the next video. Aloha. Okay, so here's a quick example. I used to go to Lifetime Fitness every day and do some yoga, lift some weights. Now I go to the ocean and might do some yoga or some stretching on the beach, and then go out for a surf session, which is a really amazing way to get a cardio workout, and it's super fun. So just one example of a difference, I would say, in lifestyle between mainland and Hawaii. And this is what the surf is looking like this morning, which is pretty good. I'll get my you can see there's some other folks over here that are stretching on the beach, getting ready for their workout on the water. But to me, this is just an incredible way to start your day, and to get out there in the salt water, to get out there in the surf and the sun and the sand. And it's not just, you know, screwing off, not working. It's literally a fantastic way to stay in shape. I could prone surf, but honestly I stand up because it's a constantly active exercise, because you have to wait in between sets and you're still up on your board. Now watch this, see if I can survive this. Boom. You see the core strength it took to balance that wave was amazing. All right, we're paddling out into the waves. So one of the benefits of living on the leeward side of the island is you get to wake up to that just about every day. It would be the rule, not the exception, to see this kind of blue sky and sunshine every day. Aloha. A couple other key points I'd love to mention here about Hawaii, and that is not talked about a lot, but it's safety and longevity. It is American soil, but with that said, even parts of America very dangerous today. Our crime rate pales in comparison to most U.S. cities, so the safety factor is huge. And of course, it's a U.S. state, so you have the protection of the U.S. military in case anything crazy went down on a world scale. And then finally, longevity. The stats are there. It is proven that you live longer, you will live longer if you live in the state of Hawaii. It's just a fact. The air, the water, the lifestyle, vitamin D, you'll live longer.